Economist Carlo Cottarelli is surrounded by reporters as he arrives at Rome's Termini train station, Monday, May 28, 2018. Italy's President Sergio Mattarella invited Cottarelli to the presidential palace on Monday amid speculation he would ask the former International Monetary Fund official to form a technical government following the collapse of what would have been Western Europe's first populist government. Angelo Parconi, ANSA via AP, Milan, AP, the man tapped to head a neutral government in Italy after two populists failed in their bid, is a former official at the International Monetary Fund who is a firm believer in the euro and in the necessity of Italy cutting its stubbornly high debt load. Carlo Cottarelli, an economist, has previous government experience under the short-lived center-left government of Enrico Letta, tapped to identify areas where government spending could be trimmed. He found €32 billion, $37 billion in cuts, but left embittered when the government soon changed hands at the obstacles he found within the bureaucracy resisting cuts. On Monday, President Sergio Mattarella tapped Cottarelli to try to form a government that can bring Italy to a new election, which Cottarelli said could come as early as this autumn. In his first remarks, Cottarelli sought to calm markets and Italy's European partners, assuring that his government would guarantee prudent management of Italy's debt, which at 132% of gross domestic product is Europe's heaviest after Greece. While vowing to press Brussels to respond to the concerns of Italians, Cottarelli said any such dialogue must be in full recognition that as a founding country of the European Union, our role in the Union is essential, as is our continued participation in the Eurozone. Cottarelli received an undergraduate degree in economics and banking from the University of Siena and a master's degree from the London School of Economics. He worked 7 years at the Bank of Italy and then one at oil company Eni, both in research positions, before heading to the IMF, where he worked for 25 years, specializing in monetary policy, capital markets and fiscal affairs. Since October, he has headed an observatory on Italian public accounts at the Catholic University of Milan, where he has a healthy Twitter feed of 15,000 followers. He recently wrote a book, The 7 Capital Sins of the Italian Economy, which might be read as a mission statement for a new government. He lists the sins as corruption, tax evasion, bureaucratic mire, the slow pace of justice, the low birth rate, the gap between North and South, and the difficult acceptance of the euro. In his current role, Cottarelli has made frequent appearances in Italian media to evaluate the fiscal plans of the populist parties that had hoped to form a government together, the anti-establishment Five Star Movement and the Eurosceptic League. Their attempts to form a government founded on insistence on an economics minister with anti-euro views, which Italy's president said put Italian savings and investments at risk. Cottarelli told Italy's Radio Radical 2 weeks ago that the two parties' primary error was making people in some way believe that without the euro, all problems would disappear. Now they are trying to say that we are genetically incompatible with the euro. He rejected that argument, saying Italy isn't structurally weaker than Germany, but that the message needed to be underlined that, if we want to share currency, we need to behave in a different way. He noted that Italy's inflation level is currently below Germany's, making Italy more competitive industrially. To abandon the thing at this point seems to me to be a mistake, he said. He also has emphasized the need to bring down Italy's enormous debt load, which costs about €60 billion, $70 billion, a year to service through interest payments, in order to free Italy from market forces. Such credentials made him a natural pick for Mattarella. But the prospect of a neutral government ignited a backlash among the two populist parties, who are view it as yet another move by special interests to control Italy against the will of the people. Copyright 2018 The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, written or redistributed.